tal amigos? Welcome to another edition of LatiNation Football Club, and I'm so excited because today we have such a special episode. We have CONCACAF Champions League, we got MLS, we got international soccer, the National Women's Soccer League, we got it all here. But let's not take any more time and get right into because we have so much action in the CONCACAF Champions League, and that's why today, as always, I have my trusty collaborators, Nik Z, rooting for Galaxy, Chiva Mayor, rooting for LAFC, myself, today I'm Pumas, today I'm LAFC, as every week, guys. I gotta say that I got the only two teams with the scoring potential, the only one that actually did the homework. Nick, let's start with you. The America Cruz Azul game and the Galaxy Tigres game. Tell me, what were your impressions of the effort that Galaxy did to stay in the competition after that tough game?
Don't ask me how it happened. I don't know how we squeezed out even a draw. I'm happy we did. We were outshot tremendously, 17-8 by Tigres. Somehow we kept a clean sheet. I don't know. Oh, and on top of that, again, losing another key player due to injury, Yoshida, after about like the half-hour mark. So again, still not good. He's solid for us in the defense. So again, I don't know how we pulled out this boring result, but for me, boring is as good as a win. If you're a Galaxy fan right now, this is great to see. But still, our keeper was really a rock. McCarthy in the back for us. We needed that, and yeah, I mean, we're going back to Mexico with a big task ahead of us. I wonder if we can make something happen. A goal in leg 2 would be tremendous for us. So let's see if it can happen.
Galaxy has a stacked calendar ahead of them. They have to go on a very tough game at El Volcán against Tigres, and then they also have to do Real Salt Lake, which might be an easy task, but they have to go to Real Salt Lake, and also they're going to against Houston, a game that is very important for the standings. Now, Chiva, let's talk about LAFC. So much to talk about this game. They figure out a way to stop Messi. Yes, after 7 consecutive games of Messi scoring or contributing to a goal, LAFC was able to stop this streak. Chiva, what are your impressions of this effort that LAFC did to get ahead in this elimination towards the CONCACAF Champions League?
Let me tell you, man, I was very impressed and surprised, and the fact that defensively they handled them pretty good. Because do not forget Suarez. Suarez is also a player that, man, he's so good. You give him, 3 centimeters of space, he's gonna score a goal. What we saw with LAFC, I think it's bright. I think it's a team that is learning how to win important games, and that's very important. The fact that Messi couldn't do anything, he had 3 free kicks. That was it. Playing on the field, he didn't do that much. But let me tell you, when the Messi phantom, Messi coming to LA, people went nuts. People was crazy outside the stadium. You saw a lot of pink shirts and Argentina jerseys on the stadium, and the fact that he couldn't do anything, he just upset everybody, and that made my day.
That is right, Chiva. It was a very exciting game. I liked exactly what you said, the work that Eddie Segura and Aaron Long did in the back line. It was amazing how they were just right behind each other, covering for each other in this very, very difficult task of stopping these 4 world-class players and an ensemble of young, incisive players that they have. And now let's talk about a little bit about the return to MLS. LAFC has, again, also a very heavy schedule around. They have to go to Miami, where I think that this is going to be a different story. I think Miami is going to come out swinging. We'll be reporting next week on who makes it to the next round. But let's go to the standings, because these standings on the West, guys, they are unreal. The surprise, which is not that surprise because we've been talking about Vancouver for a long time. Vancouver in the very first place. They play against Pumas. It seemed like they were going to get the result, but my Pumas came out with La Garra Universitaria, with Carrasquilla scoring a massive goal, 1 touch from a corner kick right into the corner. Los Pumas, un candidato. Hopefully I do find myself rooting between Pumas and LAFC in the semifinal. But Chiva, going back to MLS, Vancouver, is Vancouver right now the best team in MLS?
I think they're playing amazing. I think for Pumas, it's going to be a tough game. Even though it's going to be in Seoul, but man, Vancouver, they're in first place because they deserve it. They've been playing a pretty smart football. And man, I'm surprised, to be honest with you, but it's MLS, and it's just the beginning. There's a lot of season to go. Let's not forget that a lot of teams but mid-season they just drop and start having trouble. We've seen it with all the teams. Let's see how far Vancouver can take it.
Now, Nick, I know that you've been following closely what San Diego is doing. Austin in second place, San Diego in third place. Two teams who recently beat LAFC and exposed them. Are you still confident that San Diego can be a team that wins it in their first season?
They're doing great. I mean, they're leading on new faces to earn the results, but also, they're getting big names like Irving Lozano. They're missing time because of injuries, but they're still showing that they can play even without those big names. And I don't know, they got this momentum behind them and so much hype. And why is LAFC though the default possible rival and not the Galaxy? Are we that bad right now that we can't even be up as contenders as possible rivals? I mean, I'm not gonna fight you on that, but
Let me scroll down to the bottom of the table real quick because we'll find
you gotta wait for the computer to load just to see where Galaxy is sitting on the table right now.
Sporting Kansas City, Houston Dynamo, and LA Galaxy fighting for the last spot in the table. Nick, it is incredible to see a former champion, the current champion, struggling so much. But like you said earlier, the injuries have been a recurrent issue for this team. Talk to me about it.
Well, look, hey, first of all, look, okay, yeah, we got our sixth cup last year. That was record breaking, but we're all about breaking records. And right now, we're making different kind of history. Winless through the first 6 games of the season. Never has a champion done that. So we are just breaking records, baby, left and right. Yeah, no, it's a mixture of a lot of things, but it goes deeper than that. I'll explain. So Puig, Painstill's not still back 100%. We're missing a lot of key players, right? We have the departure of Jovic, Brugman, Delgado. Okay, that's hurting us well. But increasingly, it's feeling like there's some deeper problems at play. And we're kind of seeing that kind of throughout the season so far. We're just not there on attacking. And that's something that we have to sort of figure out and kind of put things together. It's still early on in the season. We're struggling. And again, now we're going in CONCACAF, we're going head to head with like Liga MX games, which is good. Liga MX teams, which is good for us because we got to figure things out. But like, it's just a really busy start to a schedule for a team that is trying to pick things up and understand where they're at and how to move forward. It's a lot right now. It's like a whirlwind of a lot of things happening. And I think we'll get our act together little by little, but every day we just watching, okay, I got a bigger task ahead of me when I come back towards the end of the season. So we'll have to see.
The beauty of MLS is that even when a team is fighting for those last spots, a streak of 5 to 6 games towards the end of the season might get them in the playing position. So don't lose hope, Nick. You might find yourself in the playoffs comes November. Now let's go to the East because, like everybody predicted, Miami is dominating. The only team that has not lost a game in league. They lost yesterday with LAFC, but they haven't lost in league. Then we have Philadelphia and Columbus, two teams that we predicted, all of us, that they will be fighting for the top spot, trying to spoil the second consecutive supporter shield for Miami, but it's looking tough. Nick, who is your favorite team in the East right now?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I love watching Charlotte FC. They're so fun. They have such good vibes. And look, they faltered there against the Rapids in their last game. They fell 2-0, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. But look, they just play with such an energy, and they're just like a thrill to watch. And their team has kind of come out of left field. No one was kind of expecting it, and so for that reason, I'm kind of like secretly kind of always got my got my money behind Charlotte FC just because they're a hoot to watch.
That is right, Nick. Charlotte is one of the most exciting teams to watch in the East. So there you have it, the top teams that you should be following in the upcoming weeks here in MLS. Don't go anywhere. When we come back from the break, we're going to have an exclusive interview with Ramses Sandoval, the lead broadcaster from MLS, is in LatiNation Football Club. He's going to tell us all the secrets behind what it takes to do this massive effort to broadcast so many games in one day. Don't go anywhere. Also, NWSL in the third segment, LatiNation Football Club. We'll be right back.
¿Qué tal? Soy Ramses Sandoval. Les mando un gran saludo. Sigan con LatiNation Football Club, el mejor programa.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care that people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. 4 number ones, 4 champions, 4 teams that battled and clawed their way here. But here's the thing about 4 number ones. Only one can truly be number one.
Incredibly difficult.
When the stakes are highest, there's only one place to get all your betting insights. SportsGrid. We've got you covered until only one remains. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And we are back here in LatiNation Football Club. I am your host, Marcelino Ortiz, and I'm very excited because now it's time for me to share with you this interview that I was able to have with Ramses Sandoval, the head broadcaster for MLS. He has the best job in the industry. He, week in and week out, is narrating the best games in MLS. Let's go check out what he had to say.
Placer estar contigo, hombre. No, le está celebrando de una manera sensacional la liga, ¿no? Hay que decirlo, en su 30º aniversario, como bien lo comentas, ya con un equipo número 30, San Diego FC, que ha llegado obviamente a la liga a instalarse en lo que es la Conferencia del Oeste, con grandes jugadores, obviamente la contratación histórica de Irving el Chucky Lozano, un jugador trascendente internacional, mundialista mexicano que está en el equipo, ahí obviamente para comenzar rivalidades lindas con el LA Galaxy, con LAFC y potencialmente también con San José al norte de California, ¿no? Pero, a ver, en esta temporada cosas fantásticas que han ocurrido con el MLS Season Pass de Apple TV, ¿no? La habilidad de ahora poder disfrutar por DirecTV, por Xfinity, con programas como MLS 360 en español, donde un servidor conduce más de 5 horas donde no te pierdes de absolutamente nada, todos los goles, todas las jugadas trascendentes. Tienes la oportunidad también, si eres usuario de T-Mobile, ahora también los usuarios de Android pueden bajar la aplicación de Apple TV, que es fantástica. Noticias, porque es algo que no se podría hacer antes. Y bueno, ¿no? En el epicentro del fútbol por los próximos 18 meses. El Mundial de Clubes en el verano, la Copa del Mundo el próximo año, Juego de las Estrellas en Austin contra la Liga MX también más tarde este año, la Leagues Cup, que sabes, obviamente pone frente a frente a los mejores equipos de la Liga Mexicana con los de Major League Soccer con formato nuevo. Y bueno, la temporada que con Leo Messi, con las grandes estrellas, nuevamente promete y promete mucho.
Oye, platícame, ¿cómo has sentido tú el recibimiento de la gente ante la modernización, por así decirlo, del fútbol, del broadcast en español del fútbol? Lo que estamos viendo con 360 a mí me parece súper interesante. Es una manera completa nueva para la audiencia hispana de ver el fútbol, de disfrutar tantos partidos al mismo tiempo. Platícame un poco de esa experiencia.
Ha sido una linda experiencia, ¿no? Porque es la oportunidad de comenzar algo nuevo, de mejorarlo, de elevarlo. La realidad es que, a ver, como el Red Zone de la NFL mucho tiempo ha sido un programa muy popular, ¿no? Y es lo que tenemos nosotros hoy día con MLS 360, particularmente MLS 360 en español, con tus tres analistas que van rotando para darte una óptica diferente, una opinión diferente, estando ahí donde no te pierdes de absolutamente nada en todas las ventanas de partidos, ¿no? Desde el comienzo a las 7:30 tiempo del este hasta que terminamos prácticamente sobre la madrugada en el tiempo del este, ¿no? Aunque estamos de costa a costa y para más de 100 países en todo el mundo. Pero no es solamente ver todos los goles, ves las jugadas peligrosas, disparos al palo, unos a unos en tema de jugada donde quizás un delantero queda solo ante el portero, ante el arquero, tarjetas amarillas, rojas, polémica, controversia, cosas bizarras que pueden ocurrir en un partido, estadísticas, notas. Así que ha sido una linda experiencia por todo lo que conlleva, ¿no? Preparándote eventualmente también para lo que es el Sunday Night Soccer el próximo día en domingo por la noche.
Y hablando un poco más de eso, para mí es súper interesante lo que está pasando. Primero, hay dos cosas muy importantes dentro de la MLS. La paridad de los equipos para que cada domingo los juegos sean interesantes y uno pueda esperar que cualquiera gane. Y la otra, que a mí me parece todavía más interesante, el All Access. Esta experiencia de que los jugadores tienen una relación más cercana con el público a través de los medios. Platícame un poco de ese esfuerzo que hace la MLS por acercar las historias que pasan adentro de los equipos a la gente que está en casa.
Major League Soccer siempre ha sido para mí un pionero en ese tema, ¿no? En acercar la liga al televidente, al colega de medio de prensa siempre, ¿no? Desde su inicio, durante los años y ahora más que nunca en lo que es este partnership, podríamos decir, con el MLS Season Pass y con Apple TV, que hace un gran trabajo. La calidad en producción, en dirección, cómo se prepara, obviamente la liga y Apple TV para llevar este tipo de producciones. Yo te lo digo trabajando en la sede mundial, obviamente de producción que llevamos nosotros con los estudios nuevos que ya has observado, que ya has visto, particularmente en español, son state of the art, como se dirían por ahí, ¿no? Estudios de último modelo, de gran trascendencia, de gran tecnología, donde nosotros tratamos de presentar el mejor producto posible al televidente. Y la realidad es que Apple TV siempre ha sido un pionero en eso, ¿no? Con los dispositivos, con la tecnología y por supuesto que no se iba a quedar atrás llevándote la MLS, Major League Soccer de esa manera, ¿no? La manera que te prepara, el interface de la plataforma, las previas, los partidos, te digo, el paquete de gráficas, todo eso es importante y obviamente cómo te lo presenta al final del día también termina siendo algo esencial. Así que te lo digo, el partnership entre Major League Soccer y Apple TV para esencialmente poner en la mesa el mejor producto posible ha sido trascendente.
Excelente, muchísimas gracias. Oye, y para nuestros televidentes, platícame un poquito de tu historia, de cómo llegas a ser la cara de la MLS en español y qué significa representar a los latinos en ese stage tan grande.
No, esa es una linda pregunta. Ese es un honor, es un honor, muy humildemente lo disfruto. Ha sido obviamente una carrera para mí importante, muchos años en otra cadena, obviamente teniendo la oportunidad de trabajar con grandes profesionales y en grandes eventos, pero con la MLS siendo siempre importante, comenzando obviamente narrando la MLS en inglés muchos años en esta otra cadena, siempre siendo parte de también lo que es la CONCACAF Champions Cup, los partidos de Estados Unidos contra México, siempre estando involucrado con US Soccer, con la MLS, y cuando se me presenta este proyecto de llegar al MLS Season Pass en Apple TV, particularmente con nuestra programación en español y estar con Apple TV y con Major League Soccer, pues no la pensé dos veces, no te lo digo, en su mayor parte en el programa y siendo el host, obviamente en MLS 360 en español, conduciendo este programa, ha sido una linda experiencia, ¿no? También teniendo ese background como sabes, de relatar, de narrar, que siempre es mi primer amor, mi gran pasión, el poder estar relatando o narrándote lo que pueden llegar a ser hasta 13, 14, 15 partidos en un sábado en MLS 360 en español, pues es muy emotivo y muy emocionante y te lo digo, continuando esta historia ya en 30 años de la MLS, siendo parte de todo un honor y obviamente también, como dices, haciéndolo, apoyando a toda la comunidad latina, a toda la comunidad hispana.
Thank you, Ramses, for your time. And you at home, don't go anywhere because when we come back, we will have National Women's Soccer League, and Camila Ortiz has her report like every week. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in LatiNation Futbol Club.
Here's a tip for my fellow golfers and gamers. Do you want to book a golf trip to Vegas? For the best weather, aim for spring and fall. But the best prices, aim for summer and winter. But if you're looking for that sweet spot, try June. You get the August prices without that scorching heat. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
These guys are barreling everything right now that are hitting well. Pitching is usually ahead of hitting this time of year, but torpedo bats is what we're reading about, Tom, and I think it's hilarious.
Will the pitching be out in front, or are the bats actually this strong? So it's going to develop over the course of weeks. And again, if all teams have the ability to do so, be creative with it and get out there and use it.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Bienvenidos. We are back here in LatiNation Futbol Club. I'm your host, Marcelino Ortiz, and we have reached my favorite part of the show when we talk about National Women's Soccer League. And for that, as every week, we have our trusty expert, our in-house know-it-all in women's soccer, Camila Ortiz. How are you?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing well. I'm back, and I'm super excited to report back on this weekend's match days. I think we saw a lot of great games, we saw a lot of goals, and we saw a little bit more solidification in the standings, in the table.
You are right. I mean, we have the usual suspects at the top of the table. Let's look at it right now. We have Orlando Pride at the top. We see Malta still playing at an incredible level. Then Kansas City, also one of the best teams in the league, an historical team. And then Washington Spirit, one of the hype teams, you will say. And then we land on ACFC, that is surprising everyone. A team that has a struggle in their first early seasons, now becoming, one of the favorites. Tell me, what is your take on this?
I think that ACFC is kind of like a dark horse this season. I mean, this weekend's game, they were able to get the 3 points away from Seattle. I think they're showing a super big shift from last season's, their last season self, where they ended 12 out of 14 teams. And I think, we saw an early goal from Alyssa Thompson this weekend. She's a superstar player. I think she's a must-watch young player in the NWSL. And, she talked to CBS just last week about saying, I want to score goals. I want to score for this city. She's an LA native. And I think that passion and that drive shows up in her game and shows up in her goals ultimately.
I mean, not that it was an easy game for them, but Seattle is a team that has been struggling defensively. I heard that they took about 44 goals last season. I hope that these results keep on coming for ACFC. Now, let's move on to another game. What about Chicago Stars?
They're coming off from another loss, their third loss of a season, in this time at home. I mean, I think we saw just sloppiness in the defense. We Louisville's goal came off from a messy defensive play that was just easy to read, easily picked off, and ended up in a goal. I think the offense is also, showing the absence of Mallory Swanson, their top superstar player up top. And I think that this team isn't really showing a plan B, and they're not really showing any adjustment. So, yeah, that's something that I would definitely like to see moving forward.
The season is still on its early phase. Teams are still figuring out, and like you said, injuries are always an issue. Now, if we were to decide today, what are the two top teams? Clearly, they're at the top of the table, Orlando Pride and Kansas City. But are there any other in the mix that you are following closely?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm following Washington Spirit. They're in third place. I think it's a very interesting power dynamic this season. I think Orlando Pride is kind of finally seeing a competitor with Kansas City. I mean, they're both, for the first time ever, there's two teams that have won 3 straight games. This is the first time we're ever seeing this in the NWSL. And Washington Spirit seems like they've kind of taken the back seat, but I'm interested to see if they can build up some more momentum and we can see a kind of glimpse of the old selves, their old selves that we saw last season.
Finally, Camila, another game that I watched and I really, really enjoyed that showed like the level of the league was Orlando Pride beating San Diego Wave, two of the most popular teams in the league, the ones that have the most following. And, Orlando showing what they are first place in the league. Now, are you watching any other games?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, tonight I know I'm going to be watching Utah Royals versus Portland Thorns. I feel like Portland, which is, a traditionally strong team, has kind of flown under the radar this season. So I'm excited to see how that game plays out. And then Sunday, I'm going to be watching Chicago Stars versus Bay FC. Bay FC, was an underdog last season. I'm hoping to see more energy, a little bit more strength from our Chicago Stars.
Excellent report, Camila. As always, your information, great insight. And now, before we leave, please show me a little bit of that amazing Pumas jersey that you're wearing today.
Thank you.
Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah, thank you. Of course, I did watch the game. It was a bit of a nail biter, but, Pumitas were able to get, the tie at least. So I'm excited to see their upcoming game. Hopefully they can get the win.
Hopefully they win, and Pumas will be facing, hopefully, LAFC if they also defeat Miami. Great games in Conca Champions. Excellent choice in team. Excellent choice in jersey. And with that, we say goodbye to this episode of LatiNation Football Club. As always, you, our MVP at home, thank you for choosing to spend some time with us. But next week, we'll be back and we'll have everything about Champions League quarterfinals. We have great games, guys. And we'll be covering Liga MX, MLS, and obviously the National Women's Soccer League. So we'll see you here next week. And thank you for everyone that is watching in SportsGrid, LatiNation app, and the LATV broadcast channel. I'm Marcelino Ortiz, and I'll see you next time.
We all know nothing beats the energy of playing live roulette in a casino. But playing roulette online sure does have its perks. At the casino, you'll average 40 to 50 spins per hour. But online, you're looking at 100 to 150. The more spins, the more chance of wins. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
4 number ones, 4 champions. 4 teams that battled and clawed their way here. But here's the thing about 4 number ones. Only one can truly be number one.
Incredibly difficult.
When the stakes are highest, there's only one place to get all your betting insights. SportsGrid. We've got you covered until only one remains. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play. every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on